Right, ready to dive into something pretty interesting. We've got these sources all about chosen ones, and wow, there's a lot to unpack here.
It is.
The term itself can be a little
A
loaded,
little bit,
like
yeah.
a bit elitist.
Definitely sparks a lot of questions, that's for sure.
Right, but don't worry, we're going to break it all down. We're going to
Right.
see what it actually means, see if any of it resonates with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so our main source for this deep dive is this YouTube video. It's called The Chosen Ones, the 144,000 RU1 11-point quiz.
Mm.
It's from the channel Carrie K.
Right.
Now, the creator, Carrie K, she kind of lays out these 11 characteristics of these chosen ones, like what makes them who they are.
Right.
So let's see what stands out to you as we go through these. So to start, the whole idea here is that these chosen ones are like highly evolved souls, right? Like
Yeah.
they volunteered to come down to Earth, almost like, a spiritual SWAT team
Okay.
with a mission. Okay. And that mission is to basically raise the planet's frequency,
Right.
bring in this new era that she calls home.
Interesting the term home here, though.
Yeah,
It's not like a physical place, right?
exactly.
It's more of a state of being, a connection to what she calls the divine matrix,
Okay.
which exists outside of supposedly the false matrix we live in.
All right, so that's the big picture. But what about these chosen ones themselves? Like, what's it like to actually be one of them?
Yeah, and Carrie Kay really emphasizes the struggles, the difficulties of this path.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in fact, the video mostly focuses on the unique challenges these individuals face.
Wow.
And she starts with this feeling of not belonging.
Not belonging.
But she's not just talking about, like, your typical teenage angst here.
Oh.
No, it's deeper than that.
More like you got on the wrong bus.
Yeah, like, almost on the wrong planet altogether. You don't fit in no matter how hard you try.
Hmm.
Yeah, and this feeds right into that deep longing for home that she talks about.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And again, not missing your childhood bedroom.
Right.
It's deeper. It's for a frequency and energy that you just can't find here.
You just can't seem to find it. Yeah.
It's like this underlying homesickness.
Yeah.
But for a place you can't even remember,
Right.
but you still yearn for.
That's so interesting.
And these two, the not belonging and the yearning for home, seem to be like the foundation for a lot of the other challenges she talks about.
I see.
Yeah.
So, like, you're already feeling different, out of place.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine you'd probably be pretty self-conscious too, right?
Oh, absolutely. She describes it as feeling like you're under a spotlight constantly.
Oh, wow.
Even when no one's actually looking.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, like you just stand out.
Even when you're trying to blend in.
Yeah, and it can be incredibly isolating, especially because, as Carrie Kay says, chosen ones tend to be, get this, trauma magnets.
Whoa, wait, trauma magnets, what does that mean?
It's an interesting idea, right?
Yeah.
She proposes that they actually attract difficult experiences.
What?
Yeah, because they're subconsciously trying to hide their true frequency.
Oh, interesting. So they're creating chaos to avoid detection, like a smokescreen.
Precisely. It's almost like they're blending in by creating a distraction, even if it's a painful one.
Wow, and that could lead to, like, betrayal, abandonment.
Exactly.
Because they're different, they experience more rejection.
Right, which just reinforces that feeling of not belonging.
Vicious cycle.
Yeah, and it probably doesn't help that they're incredibly sensitive, too.
She talks about that a lot, yeah.
Yeah, empathy, it can be a superpower, right?
Yeah.
But it also means feeling everything more intensely,
Oh, yeah.
which can be really overwhelming in this world.
Oh, for sure.
Hmm.
So you're dealing with all this emotional turmoil. You feel different, attract all this, like, bad stuff. Then she adds in the burden of responsibility, too.
Yeah, remember, they think they're here on a mission to help humanity, right?
Oh, right, right.
So they feel this weight on their shoulders like they're carrying the world's problems.
Oh, that's a lot, especially with what she said about the skip childhood thing.
Yeah.
Like they had to grow up fast, take on adult stuff before they were ready.
Imagine being burdened with saving the world before you even got to just be a kid.
Yeah, that's intense.
Yeah.
So we've got intense sensitivity, responsibility, not belonging. Starting to see why being a chosen one might not be all it's cracked up to be, huh? But wait, there's more. What about these strange talents she mentions?
Right. They often have unique abilities, but they downplay them.
Oh, why?
They're afraid to draw attention.
Oh, I see.
Like they're constantly battling this urge to stay hidden, but they also feel this pressure to fulfill their purpose.
Oh, wow. So it's like this push and pull between hiding and shining.
Exactly.
That's really fascinating. So as we go deeper into this whole chosen one thing, ask yourself, do any of these things resonate with you? Does this idea of being chosen with all the complexities speak to something inside of you?
Yeah, take a moment to really think about that as we keep unpacking this whole idea.
Okay, so we've just talked about some pretty intense challenges, right?
Right.
That Kirike associates with being a chosen one. But is there a silver lining?
Oh, interesting question.
Yeah, like could these challenges actually be part of their, like, growth,
Hmm.
their preparation for this mission they're on?
Yeah, it's like they're being tested, right?
Right.
Refined by fire as they go through all these difficulties.
Right, and maybe those challenges actually forge their strength, their resilience.
Makes sense if you're here to, like, raise the planet's frequency, you're going to need pretty thick skin to deal with all the negativity you're going to face.
Right, exactly.
And that's why she really emphasizes, Carrie Kay does, the importance of, like, them connecting with each other.
Oh, yeah.
Finding their tribe, she calls it.
Finding your tribe, yeah.
Finding comfort and understanding with people who get it.
Shared experience. Right.
Exactly. It's like when you're with people who understand, you don't feel so alone in the struggle.
So true. But realistically, how do you even find these other chosen ones?
Yeah, that's the tricky part.
Right, it's not like there's a cosmic meet and greet for these guys.
Right, exactly. Well, she talks about this frequency match.
Frequency match.
Yeah, like they're just naturally drawn to each other,
Oh, it's
even if they don't realize it at first.
like an invisible magnet.
Yeah, and it just highlights how important it is to trust your gut.
Your intuition.
If you feel that strong connection with someone, there might be a deeper reason.
Maybe they're a chosen one too. Okay, so let's say you found your tribe. You
Okay.
found your people, right?
Yeah.
What then? What's the point of all this chosen one stuff?
Ultimately, it comes back to raising that planetary frequency, right?
Right, but how do they do it? Like, what are the actual actions they're taking?
That's where it gets a little less clear.
Yeah.
She focuses more on the being rather than the doing, you know?
Oh, okay.
Like embodying your true frequency, shining your light, inspiring others.
So less about, like, big outward actions and more about an internal shift.
Exactly, but that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Because they're often so used to hiding who they are, dimming their light to fit in.
Like a paradox, right?
Yeah, to do what they're here to do, they have to overcome the instinct to hide.
Embrace their unique qualities,
Yeah.
even if it makes them stand out,
Yeah, it's about unlearning all those patterns of suppression and stepping into their power.
even if it feels scary.
Exactly.
It makes you wonder, what if we all have that potential,
Yeah.
that chosen one energy, just waiting to be awakened?
Right, and that actually connects to her point about the 144,000.
Oh, right.
It's not a literal number. She says it's a frequency.
Oh, interesting.
So it's not about being in some exclusive club.
Right.
It's about tapping into a specific energy within ourselves.
So not the label, but the energy, the potential we all have.
Exactly. And that's maybe the most encouraging part here.
Yeah.
We all have the capacity to contribute to positive change, even if we don't have those intense challenges.
Maybe those challenges just show up differently for different people.
Yeah, it's not about comparing, but recognizing that shared potential.
Right, I like that. But before we get too far ahead, I'm still curious about this whole false matrix thing.
Oh, yeah?
What is it exactly? How did it even happen?
Ah, the false matrix. That's where it gets really interesting.
Ooh, hold that thought, everyone. We'll be unpacking the mysteries of the false matrix when we come back for the final part of this deep dive. Okay, we're back, ready to tackle this whole false matrix thing.
All right, let's do it.
You left us hanging with that cliffhanger, so break it down for us.
Okay. So the false matrix, it's definitely one of the more mind-bending parts of her video.
So sure.
She describes it as like an artificial reality,
Great.
an overlay almost, something put on top of the real universe, that divine matrix we talked about.
So like a glitch in the system.
Yeah.
Some cosmic bug messing with our perception.
It's more like a veil, I think,
Oh, yeah.
distorting how we see things, keeping us from the truth.
Oh, wow.
Now, she doesn't really explain who made it or how it works exactly,
Right.
but she says it's meant to keep us trapped, you know,
Trapped high.
in low vibes, fear, separation, all that.
And the chosen ones, they can see through it, right?
Exactly. They have that connection to the divine matrix so they can help us break free.
By like shining their light and stuff.
Yeah, they disrupt the control of the false matrix, make it easier for others to wake up.
Like cracks in the facade, letting the real light through.
I like that, yeah.
So they're like human antivirus software fighting this cosmic malware.
Haha, yeah, something like that.
But it makes you wonder if we're all like divine beings, sparks of that divine matrix. Why are we even affected by this false reality thing in the first place?
That's a big question, right? one that a lot of spiritual traditions try to answer.
Yeah.
Carrie Kay, she touches on the idea that we've forgotten who we really
Our
are.
connection to the divine matrix.
Right, we're so caught up in this fake reality identifying with our egos and stuff.
We lose sight of the bigger picture.
Yeah, it's like we're playing a game and forget we're holding the controller.
That's a good analogy.
Sure.
But if we're really divine, why would we even play a game that makes us forget? It seems kind of counterintuitive.
It does, doesn't it? But maybe there's a reason for this forgetting.
Okay.
She mentions this thing called a soul contract.
So contract.
Yeah, like an agreement we make before we're born to experience certain things, challenges.
So being stuck in the false matrix is part of the plan.
Maybe it's how we learn and grow.
Like choosing to play a video game on the hardest setting.
Yeah, tougher, more frustrating, but bigger rewards in the end.
Makes sense. But I still wonder if there's a deeper reason for this false matrix. Like, what's its purpose in the grand scheme of things?
That's a question everyone has to answer for themselves, I think.
Yeah.
Carrie Kay doesn't give us all the answers, but she wants us to explore these questions.
Go within, find our own truth.
Exactly.
Maybe that's the real lesson here, right? To question, to seek, to remember. Maybe it's not about escaping the false matrix, but changing how we see it. Recognizing the illusion, but still playing the game.
Remembering who we are, even with all the challenges.
Integrating the human and the divine.
Beautifully put.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, think about this. Does this whole false matrix idea resonate with you? Have you ever felt like you saw past the veil, even for a second? And what does it mean for you to shine your light in a world that can feel pretty dark sometimes?
Lots to ponder there, for sure. Keep exploring on your own path.
Thanks for joining us on this fascinating journey into the world of chosen ones and their challenges. Until next time, keep shining bright, even amidst the shadows.